CBS News foreign correspondent Chris Livesay is monitoring this developing story for us. He's joining us now. Chris, great to see you. You are in Rome. What do we know so far about the attack?
It's just a really shocking turn of events, Anne-Marie. You just simply don't hear about this kind of violence in Europe, which has, much more strict gun laws than the United States does. So just, getting a hold of guns is one thing, and then being able to use them in this type of attack, it just simply doesn't happen very often. So we're hearing from leaders around the world, as well as within Slovakia, expressing their disgust and their shock over what appears to be an assassination attempt.
Slovakia is a country we don't often hear a ton about. So what can you tell us here about the prime minister, how he's viewed in the country? What sort of geopolitical events are at the backdrop of this?
Yeah, so he actually was prime minister once before this until 2018. People kind of counted him out until he came back into power in September of last year, riding a kind of populist wave. And since then, he's been seen as nearing towards Vladimir Putin, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, these types of, people known for their autocratic rule, some would say, putting tampers on the judiciary, on the free press. Earlier this year, he halted aid to Slovakia. Slovakia is a country, nevertheless, that's on the border with Ukraine and has seen an influx of a lot of Ukrainian refugees, although not as much as other neighboring countries because of the politics in Slovakia. So there have been a lot of political divisions in Slovakia as a result of its evolving policy, shall we say, when it comes to Russia and Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the results that's had, the impact that has had on all of Europe, namely bordering countries and other countries in Eastern Europe. So that's the backdrop, that's the context of this violent act, of this shooting, but we still don't know the causes.
So, you talked a little bit about kind of what he's been doing in the country, and this is a coalition government. He's had to sort of lean into more right-leaning politicians in order to cobble together this government. But what has the response been in Slovakia to these moves? He's been accused of, putting pressure on independent media, as you point out, moving a little closer to the Kremlin. And how are those moves being embraced or not embraced by the Slovakian public?
It's extremely contentious. I mean, bear in mind that Eastern Europe knows very well what Russia is like. I mean, these are countries that experienced the Soviet Union. And some people still think fondly of the impact that Russia has on it. But then, of course, there are many, many people, overwhelmingly in Eastern Europe at large, who want nothing to do with what they see as an encroaching Russia. And so those divisions are very, very hot. I mean, you see how Ukraine is fighting tooth and nail to do everything it can to stay out of Russia's grip. And there are many people in the rest of Eastern Europe who also don't want to have anything to do with Russia. So for them to see their prime minister nearing, or to at least give the appearance of nearing Vladimir Putin and going away from the United States and the West is very, very divisive.
All right. Chris, thank you so much for jumping in front of the camera so quickly for us. Appreciate it.